I'm going to talk to you about ignorance in the age of intelligence. That's it right there, isn't it? Ignorance in the age of intelligence. This has been deemed the age of intelligence, enlightenment, and, technological breakthroughs, medical discoveries. This is such a marvelous time. But I want you to know ignorance is plaguing and nipping at the heels of that declaration of intelligence. How many of you know we're finding some things out around us today that people that say they're smart aren't displaying smart actions? Come on, let me help you. Now, how many of you are here today? All right, come on, don't go to sleep on me. There is no doubt we live in an age, a time of delusions, deceptions, and trickery of every kind. I'm going to break it down for you. We live in the age of delusions, deceptions, and trickery of every kind. At every level, in every arena of life, this spirit has been loosed on the earth. And that spirit is on the earth right now. And the spirit of delusions, the spirit of deceptions and trickery. We see it in the modern technology of movies and videos. There is such a display of the sleight of hand and the trickery of men to cause people to be brought into a delusional state all the time. You break it down for you this way. Politicians, for example. It's never been a time, and I've been around longer than some of you, not as long as others, but I've been around a long time, enough time to learn a few things, and I can tell you right now that the politicians today, and I'm talking on every side of the aisle, are absolutely, constantly living the life of trickery, delusional things, and deception. The peanut game is being played every day where you got to watch it. Every time they talk, you got to find out who's got the peanut. You understand what I'm talking about? And if you watch it and look on television or C-SPAN or any of those places, you'll see men and women stand up and say, well, this is how we're going to do it. Intentionally not doing it. Or this is what we said and never said it. Hello? And from moral decadency and from every other kind of thing. Our politicians today are people that you can't trust at large. Isn't that true? And then education. Remember my title, Ignorance in the Age of Intelligence. You know, when you go to college, you were supposed to go there to get smarter. That's like I get ticked off when I hear the Baltimore City Public Schools constantly pulling the grading system down. Don't dumb these kids down because you're lazy. Boy, I'd like to be their boss for a day. I'd make their day. Listen, saints, you go to these universities today and guys are teaching, people are teaching things that they don't even know what they're teaching. It is not just theory anymore. It's gone out into the bazaar. It's gone into the place of illusionary. And they'll teach it to these blank little tape kids that come out of the high schools and go to college, and they'll teach them things that they don't even have a clue what it is. Hello? We used to be one of the highest nations in the world for education. I think we're so far now, it's just ridiculous. I forgot the number. But we're way, way away from being in the first 10. I mean, we may be 85th or something. Then religion. I can't leave them alone. Turn on the radio. Any given day. Spend 5 minutes on each program and flip the knob. When you get to the end, or punch the button and let it run through. When you get to the end, you'll be so confused, you won't know if Jesus came or didn't. Most of these churches that get started, I was talking to a brother the other day, they get started out of rebellion. Many of the pastors in the city of Baltimore and other cities, you could shut 50% of those churches down. If you're watching this, you could shut the church down because they birthed it out of rebellion and out of anger and out of all these other things. They were not sent, they went. They were not apostolically established. They were just a good idea. And that's why they got 20 people for the last 20 years. But the pastor will drive a new Mercedes because the whole church offering goes to pay for his car. We let prophets prophesy things they've never proven them own selves. I got people that I know, they prophesy about wealth. Yay, the Lord's going to bless you with finances unknown to you. And the same people are broke, in debt, and up to their eyeballs in credit. Hello? Don't prophesy to me about having a financial blessing in your life if you ain't got one. Don't prophesy to me about having a prayer life if you don't know how to pray. Hello? Somebody comes, hey, the Lord said God is going to do this and that. And I go, excuse me, have you ever done that? Well, no, but the Lord said you're going to. How many of you say, God, we need to get intelligent? We need to get a hold of some on-site intelligence called Holy Spirit intelligence. Come on. 1 Timothy 4, go there. Now the Spirit expressly says that in the latter times some will depart from the faith, giving heed to deceiving spirits and doctrines of demons, speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their own conscience seared with a hot iron. Wow. That's pretty strong, isn't it? That there's people today that they'll depart from the faith and they have been given over. They take heed to deceiving spirits and doctrines of demons, and they speak lies in hypocrisy. That means they say what they don't do. How many of you know a hypocrite is a person who says something that you should do that they don't do? The discerning of spirits is not keen mental penetration or thoughts as though a kind of mental telepathy or something. It's a gift, an operation of the Holy Spirit. The gift of discerning of spirits is the God-given ability to discern the source of a spiritual manifestation, whether it is the Holy Spirit, an evil spirit, or just merely human spirits. How many of you would like to know the difference? How many of you would like to know when you go to make a decision who's behind it? Huh? How would you like to know instead of making it and then going, oops? Hello? The gift is not for judging people, but for judging the kind of spirit behind the manifestation to determine whether it's evil, human, or whether it's God. How many of you are listening today? How many of you know the world is set into a motion of deception, trickery, and illusions? Satan knows his time is coming to an end. Lucifer knows that his day is almost up. And he knows that he's got to do everything. Listen, how many times did he tell me if I took that drug, I'd feel better? How many times did he tell me if I take that thing and use that drug and use that, oh man, I'll feel good. Only to find out I felt terrible. How many times have we adjusted the truth a little bit? And then we find that the world's doing it all the time, every day. And we are appalled at what they do. If you live in a glass house, be careful how big your stone is that you throw.